video on the 818. What I'm doing today is powder coating. So these are fuel rails. They were anodized red. I didn't want any red, so sandblasted them in the Harbor Freight cabinet. Now they've got a coat of extreme chrome on them. It's not going to be chrome. It's a base coat for the copper. Let's see, I did a piece of the intake here. I just did that in plain old black. Looks pretty good. There's a little bit that didn't take. That's where there was old powder coating that I couldn't get off. So I'll have to touch that up by hand, but everything else pretty good. Not bad for a first attempt at powder coating. So I've got the alternator casing in right now. I don't know if you can see it in there. Alternator casing's in there. It'll be done in about 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna put this chrome fuel rail in. It'll go in for 20 minutes at 400, then it'll come out and it'll get hot flocked with the copper. So I'll try and take a picture or a video when it's done and see what it looks like. Right, the fuel rails are out. They went in a nice anthracite gray, and it's surprisingly shiny. Chrome is pretty chromy powder coat. I'm impressed with it. So can't video and shoot powder at the same time, so we're gonna hot flock it copper and see what it looks like. I've been powder coating most of the day. Not a lot, but when you've never done it before, small setup take a little while. So the battery case and the intake pipe, and then this is the fuel rails I was working on. It's a two-part. It's chrome and then a copper, and this is the first time I've ever tried to hot flock anything. And you definitely can get an uneven coat when you're hot flocking. It doesn't attract, I guess, as well as the base coat, even though you've still got the electrode on it. So the reason I did these fuel rails as my first hot flock was because they're basically out of sight. You can hardly see them, so it doesn't really matter that they didn't come out great. But they look pretty good, but there's definitely some color variations in there. So the valve covers will be next. They're also pretty much hidden. So that'll be the next part I hot flock for a little more practice before I do the intake manifold, which is all I really care about actually doing in the copper. But I'm doing these other pieces for practice, so hopefully I have it down pat by the time I get to the intake manifold. So continuing with the powder coating, these are the valve covers. They came out a lot better than the fuel rails did. There's still a little lightness down in the corners there. I could not figure out how to get down in the corners. Even when I got the gun right up on it, it wouldn't quite powder coat those little corners there. When I was hot flocking, it did fine, obviously, on the chrome base. But other than those little recessed areas, which will be virtually invisible in the car, the the copper's very even. I really love it. So if the intake turns out half this good, then I'll be really happy. Not so sure if the intake's going to turn out that good though, because it's a little big for the oven. So we're going to try and do one half at a time. See how that comes out. So we'll know in about an hour.